Good afternoon, everybody. How are we? I'm only going to do these updates every 2 weeks now, as we're starting to move into more and more activities. I've just finished work on a beautiful Monday evening. Housekeeping, first things first, the bins, they're still out of use. We're not emptying those bins, and again, just to remind everybody why, because the main function room, the bar, all the hirers aren't open yet, and that was one of the main reasons. We're still wanting people to turn up with whatever their belongings are and take them away, so those bins are not to be used. I know some of the tape has come off it due to the wind, but please don't use those bins. Moving to the front of the entrance over to the main club there, that is still closed, but these toilets at the coded area are now open. So, as you can see, it's for emergency use only. And what the ladies do, they come in and they go into the ladies' toilets here. You can wait in this little area here and shout to find out if somebody's in. The gents, you go through into the gentlemen's rooms here, and again you can see a little waiting area there to shout see if anybody's in the toilets. As you can see, the urinals and this side of the section is closed. We are not using the back entrance. So as we come on in, as you can see, the squash area is closed. At the front, we've got some sanitizer that you can use, some towels, all the signs asking you to wash your hands, more signs here. That's obviously where the ladies wait, and you can go in to the ladies' toilets there. As we come through to the men's, again, in the men's, you've got a little area that you can wait, and you can just shout to ask if anybody's in. And as we come on in, the showers are not in use. Going out the back area is not in use. The urinals aren't in use. There's the soap, there's the towels, plenty of paper, and the toilets to be used. Wash the hands, and out you come. If anybody is unsure of the code, button opens it. It's an automatic lock. So those toilets are now in use for emergency purpose only. Okay, that's all there is with regards to housekeeping at the front and the toilets. Just moving on to the courts, a little bit of housekeeping on the courts. I have found quite a few tennis cans being left around. Please just make sure that you take the tennis cans away. And the other thing that we're now doing, as you can see, there's lots of people having fun, having a game of tennis. And they're telling me to not point the camera at them, otherwise I'm going to get beaten up. Right, we've put all the drag mats back on the tennis courts. The drag mats, if you're not sure what they are the mats that pick up the leaves. You just drag those mats over the leaves and it picks them up, okay? Some of them, because they come from Australia, have got this up part the wrong way around. What you've got to really make sure you've got when you put it on the floor is that the spikes are down onto the ground, and you just pull and it drags all the leaves up. You don't want those facing up. It won't pick up the leaves otherwise. So just make sure, if you're going to use one to help remove the leaves, that those spikes are facing down. Again, now that you can obviously handle them, please just sanitize your hands afterwards. We've got some of the boys over here getting ready for a bit of a bash about. Fun and games. Right, I'm just walking over to court, the entrance to court 6 and 7. PPE station. As you can see, the PPE stations have all been taken, so I will be replacing them. However, as I've said in one of the videos before, I've not had a phone call to say that somebody has needed to use one of them. This only for the use if there's an emergency. I'm pretty sure it won't be our fine tennis members I'm sure it'll have just been taken by some kids or whatever, but please just leave them there if you have. Moving round to the front entrance, the main other thing at the moment is we've obviously got the singles box league going on. We're 2 weeks in. Thought I'd like to just give you an update. We'll start with the ladies. In the match play ladder, we still have a clear winner ahead of everybody else at the moment of Debbie Jameson, who has won 4 matches, but Di Morris is hot on the heels with 3 matches won. In the timed ladder, we have a four-way tie at the moment. We've got George Brown, Lou Nanda, Kirsty Blake and Christine Folder, all with 2 wins. So well done, ladies, for playing so many matches. Keep it going. You've got 2 weeks to go. Men, I'm impressed that there's been such activity in this last week. In the 2 groups, both the men's is just match play, a match play format. In Group 1, we have a clear leader still with 15 points of Tim Slater. Second in that box with 8 points is Will Scott. Doing it for the juniors, Will. Good boy. Moving on to Group B, I'm pleased to say that there's been a lot more matches played in the second group, and again we have a clear winner at the moment, clear person who's ahead of Nicholas Turner on 12 points, with Luke Briley and Danny Magoda on 6 points. So 2 weeks to go of the singles box league. Keep playing those matches, try and get those matches played. With regards to internal leagues, after this month I will speak to Danny, Tim and Di in relation to what they'd like to do for July. Maybe we could turn it into a doubles ladder for July. Don't know yet, but you know, please finish off the singles ladder, because that would be good to see who's going to win. That's pretty much at the moment. There isn't any major news with regards to the club nights, because again we can still only put on an event that would be a maximum of 6 people, so it's not realistic for us to open up club nights just yet, or to promote club nights. Obviously you can come and have games of doubles on court after court after court, but that has to be arranged yourselves. So the club nights won't be happening just yet until we can open, until the government tell us that it can be more than 6 people. In relation to coaching, this week I'm starting to put some feelers out to the junior members and to the adult members, and a bit further afield, a wider audience that I have in Knutsford, in relation to group coaching, which I will be probably looking at advertising something towards the end of June and for the month of July. At the moment I am stipulated that it can still only be 5 people plus me, so I'm the 6th person. But I need a little bit more space, so I'm just talking with the tennis section through the coaching process as to what will happen. The last thing, there's quite a few initiatives going on within the Lawn Tennis Association, so I'll update you on them as we go along. But as you're aware, a big thank you to you all for helping promote and sharing the COVID 3-month trial membership, and I hope you enjoyed the video. As you'll see in this email, I've just done a little bit of the blooper part of people having a go in the videos and it not going so well, including me. So that's just a bit of fun for you, but thank you for sharing that, and it has produced a flow of trial members, and it's great to see squash guys coming and squash ladies coming down and joining and enjoying the game, which is nice. It's quite fun for me to watch them playing. We've got some university students that were just little whippet snappers when I first started as the coach here, that are back, and it's nice to see them and catch up with them. So it's working, and which is great. So, you know, that's our first initiative, and there are going to be some other initiatives just to try and encourage the folk of Knutsford to come and enjoy this special sport on those special courts. I think that's it at the moment. I can't think of anything else. Please just keep telling your friends about the membership. The one thing that you'll see in this email, I'm trying to set up a buddy scheme. A buddy scheme is basically where we do have a flow of members, and through this trial membership that are joining, that are, you know, they're adults or they're older juniors joining on their own. They don't know anybody at the tennis club, and that's quite daunting. You can't, you know, if we can't do the club nights and the social things at the moment, then that's a bit daunting for somebody to join on their own and not know anybody. So please read that little part in my email about the buddy scheme. I need some people, I need some help to volunteers of current members that will act as a buddy, I can put them in touch with these new members, and that they'll come and have a game with them. They'll tell them about the club, they'll introduce them to people, they'll introduce them on the WhatsApps, etc, etc. So just have a quick read of that buddy scheme, okay? Because that would be something of great help. And if you're interested and if you're prepared to kind of be a member that will help me in that area, then please just drop me a text or drop me a line, and that would be great. That's all for now. Like I said, I'm not doing these every week now, it's just every other 2 weeks. So my next one will be as we go into July, I think. Okay, and that will be the one where I am announcing who has won the singles box leagues. Get playing. See you soon.